Okay. And we all know that the power of commerce, the power of the dollar, the power of our choices, right? Options. We do have options on what we do to our dollar. So we're going to be talking about a couple of points, and hopefully we can give some real common sense, some real sophistication to this conversation. So I'm going to allow my wonderful, extravagant panel, fabulous people, some I just met, some I work with, some I've known for a long time, and some I didn't know I was related to, actually, okay? And I'm going to give the mic. Please introduce yourself. So I'm going to just introduce them as a group first, and then they're going to individually introduce themselves. So Black San Diego, Cherie and Olivia, please introduce yourself. Go ahead. Come on. Front and center.
So my name is Cherie Hopkins, and I am one of the founders of Black San Diego.
Woo!
Hello, my name is Olivia Green. I'm one of the founders of Black San Diego. We're just missing one of our members, Tanisha Smith, but there's three of us.
Hello, my name is Suzanne Forbes-Bierling. I'm a psychologist, businesswoman, and educator. Happy to be here.
My name is Theo Garfield. I'm a hair consultant. I've been in the hair industry now 29 years. Out of the 29 years, I spent 19 of those in working with manufacturers all around the world. And I've been in San Diego now 10 months. I was out here, I'm a comedian, 10 years. I go around the world. And I was out here, I said, I wasn't gonna even do no hair. And I looked up, I said, you know what? I gotta help my sisters out here, man. And I work at Signatures. And then I was seeing them posted in the Black San Diego, they're awesome. Then I seen Cheryl post, and I said, you know what? I would love to be involved. I have a show tonight. I'm taking time off of my show because you guys deserve my experience, what I've done in this industry. Thank you guys for coming out.
Break it down.
Greetings, everyone. My name is Ased Price, and I'm the founder of the San Diego Natural Hair and Wellness Meetup. Also a natural hair stylist.
All right. My name is McKenna Garganu, and I'm the Public Relations Manager for the San Diego Natural Hair and Wellness Meetup, and I'm happy to be here.
That was a very short introduction. Somebody who really loves, I mean, she's got a string of accomplishments. But I'll give those credits at the end. Okay. All right. So we're going to get into one of the most important questions, and all of you guys have seen, probably, hopefully, have seen the flyer that has been circulating on social media. Why buy Black beauty? Why it's important? So when y'all leave here, you go into all your little micro conversations with your aunties and your grandmamas and your mamas. We do not want you to have a dumb conversation. We want you to have a very fruitful one that makes sense, and hopefully we can help that today. So by the first question that I have on the agenda is to Miss Susan. She contacted me and said, I got to get on this, and I got something to say about it. Susan, why buy Black beauty?
Well, besides the fact that we're awesome and incredible and fantastic people, survivors and thrivers,
Yes.
it's very important to buy Black beauty. We have a wonderful opportunity to do something to our collective psychology, and that is to decrease internalized self-hate, decrease group self-revulsion, and I know these are terrible words, but to decrease that kind of feelings that we have, and it manifests and shows. Buying Black beauty says we are scientists, engineers, philosophers, leaders. We're powerful. We know how to change a science. We know how to use it. We're not stupid. We're brilliant people. And we understand economics. We put out $1 trillion. I think that's the income. I think that's the finance of the country of Italy is $1.3 trillion. So we are capable. We don't have to tell each other, oh Lord, we don't have nothing. No, that is not true. Cheryl Morrow, her family legacy, right here in San Diego. We don't have to go searching and running around. Everybody say, oh Lord, what we gonna do? We have it right here. And so we need to know that. Did you know that? Say, yeah, we have a legacy right here. We got it right here, and we have the wisdom right here. So I'm just gonna answer that from a mental health and wellness standpoint. Increase self-love, increase group love, increase group economics, create jobs, have women and men walking out the door feeling good, looking in the mirror feeling good. We deserve that, and we know how to do it. We don't have to go protesting and getting all upset. We can buy from each other. We have the media, the mechanisms, the tools, the intelligence, the IQ, the capacity to do it.
Okay, so what you're saying is, why buy black? Because it's a psychological message. When you purchase something from a black hand, it's a psychological. So, to Miss Olivia, Black San Diego, just the satisfaction of why buying black, and you guys encourage that in Black San Diego, just how has that changed your experience since you started Black San Diego?
My personal experience?
Yes, right, in Black San Diego, yes.
Well, how we started Black San Diego was because we didn't know if there were any businesses. We only could list off of our head 10. And then now that we've had this page, it's almost up to 15,000 members. There's just a plethora of businesses. There's so many businesses out there that are black owned, so that we don't have to go to the mechanic or someone today or a TV repair. We have the capabilities, we have the resources, we have businesses. We just have to know that where they're at, which you can find on Black San Diego in our directory, but just from the 15,000 has given me, we have over, 400 businesses that are listed in our directory.
All set? Just in the many 11 years you have been doing the Natural Meetup, just how has that in terms of commerce? Because one of the things that we want to focus on is changing protest to profit.
Yes. What I was just thinking here
Okay.
is that a lot of my clients and Meetup members, they come to me and share that they feel disrespected. You know, when they go into the, not salon, but they go into the beauty supply stores, and they may be wearing a wig or, something, and they have to talk to an Asian man in particular to help them, find different things that they need. Even though, I represent, the natural hair movement, but people transition. And for people to transition, they still need certain, certain products and stuff like that. And so I think is not, it just doesn't feel good. I even have some clients that are Muslim. And so, men are not supposed to see your hair. So, we really need to fully embrace us taking over the natural, I'm getting into a whole nother thing. I'm sorry, but fully embrace the industry.
The salespeople,
yes.
The beauty consultants, the salespeople.
Yes, everybody.
They need to be
a representation, a reflection of who
and
we
a
are.
relatable
Yes.
kind of component to the person that's actually buying the product.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
That's exactly what I'm saying. Yes.
McKenna, can you expand on that?
What comes to me is like what Suzanne was saying, economic empowerment. It's very important for us to buy from people that look just like you, because I'm a business owner. I've been in business now in the industry for 18 years in special event planning business. And most of my clientele and the people who support me are like 9% is African Americans. And so if we support each other, we're going to help each other grow and rise together. And it's so important for us to be able to have someone that looks like you, that's supporting you. It helps you feel like there's hope. This makes you feel like we could do this. But if you have someone who can't understand who you are and your culture, it's kind of like, it's like
Language
weird.
barrier,
Yes.
like a language barrier.
Yeah, it's like you can't get me. And so it's important that we do support each other because we get each other.
Now, Mr. Theo, one of the things that you said in your introduction you said you felt compelled. Why? What is the compelling part that makes you want to put more effort in making sure that your message? See, and why buying black is very important. He gonna stand, ladies.
I mean, it just, man, it just, when I just want to express, I want to express sometimes, just, But the thing is, I just travel around the country. When I wrote my first book, Hair Care 101, brought up just a couple. I was doing educational seminars, and I don't see that our people didn't take notes. So we only have a 15-minute, attention span in our brain, believe it or not. And so we're not being accustomed to taking notes. So I said, you know what? I got to make an avenue of revenue and write me something, put it in this book, so I can leave something in this market for these people. And so I remember when I first started doing hair, it was no salads. Okay, you had to have a license to buy products. And so now they brought the products to our black communities. I mean, you got a product that's been outdated. The products only have 2 years shelf life, and they got every block in Detroit, we're not down here in Detroit, and all of them making money. That's the problem. Why is the problem? Because when you go into these salons, these hairdressers not even talking to you. You know why? There's lack of education, lack of training. Cosmetizing schools has nothing to do with our industry. When you get your license, yeah, you can go get the money, but you're untrained. You must invest. $1,500, $1,600, you need $860,000 to get a peekaboo. That's what I tell them all. And that's why I come out and I set examples, man. I get up early in the morning. I work 7 days a week. I don't have to work 7 days. I just come out, I want to show an example. We have to set examples. We talking about going to black businesses when y'all gonna open up though. You get a black business, you gotta go open up. You gotta be dedicated. When you get a business, being an entrepreneur, it requires homework. And it's don't work and work. Woo! It's don't work and work. And now you see these hairstyles. I just want to briefly cover some briefly. I see the natural hairstyles. It's some work in natural hairstyles. You can't walk around with stagnated styles. Do you know it's a fungus that must be removed from your head? If it get inside your bloodstream, it will kill you. Do we know that? It's called Malassezia. Malessia. Talk to me at the end, I'll explain that. But, we got to know our primary shampoo should be an antifungal shampoo. We don't know that. Just like your body uses antibacterial soap, but y'all talking about co-wash. Co-wash, you trapping dirt in your hair, in your scalp. Then you put it in your pillow, then you breathing it. Now you got pathogens in your body or early stages of what? Diseases.
And we're not going to get there from an Asian. No. But my point, I want you to make my point. What you're saying is that we're not going to get that kind of advice, that kind of consultation from someone that is not relatable or not from our culture or does not have our texture of hair. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely. And they don't care. It's about the dollar. Then they tell you can't get your money back. That's a problem. But who's sending you to them? You got these hairdressers sending you down there to that corner store. We got to stop it. We must stop it. Us right at this table, we must provide the information that you guys need. Thank for Miss Cheryl here, what she's doing now. And we must take heed to this, take this back into our community, and we start today and start going forward. Get our community back.
I just wanted to say also that we have to, it's really okay for us to not hand out a pass to the barbecue. It's okay. There's so much of us out here with skills that we don't have to do that or brag about that, handing out the pass to the barbecue. There's plenty. Why should I do that when there's so many people to choose from? Okay.
I know one thing that we have talked about in Black San Diego is being preferred and making sure that you're getting the best service. So while we are talking about why buy black and why it matters, we want to make it so attractive and so, exciting that you can't wait to run and give it to a wonderful person that looks like yourself. So my question is to Ms. Hopkins. She is always talking about preferred and the level of performance and level of customer service. How important has that been to why buy black?
So that's really important. I think when we first started, we did like a roundtable discussion, and one of the questions that we asked in the group was, what are the stereotypes and why don't we buy black? Because we wanted to talk about the problems and then fix it. And I think in our mind, it's like, well, I don't support them because they got an attitude, or because they're not open on time, or because they're overpriced. It was like a long list of things. And even now, today, we still deal with it in Black San Diego, where I don't want to go to that person, the Asians are cheaper, or the Hispanics are cheaper. But cheaper doesn't always mean better. And I think for us, even with the black business, it's like your standards have to be high. And we've kind of gotten to a point where if your standards are not high, you can't post on our page. We're shutting people down and just trying to make them get right. I think I had another situation too where I tell the story all the time because I was trying to get a shirt made, and the guy gave me the runaround. He was doing all this other stuff. So I asked my friends, like, where should I go? I need a shirt now. They're like, oh, you can go to the Asians down the street, or you can go here, you can do this. And I'm like, nah, I'm Miss Black San Diego, I can't do that.
Right.
So I checked him and was like, so these are my issues with you. And he was looking at me like, first of all, like, you a woman, what you telling me what to do? But later on that night, he sent me an email and said, I appreciate you for telling me what I need to do. He's like, I need to get my stuff together.
Yes.
And he got it together. He's still in business and he's rocking. So I think that there's ways that we can talk to each other and not down talk each other to make them get it together.
Beautiful. So to close out that particular subject matter, we all understand why there is a cultural importance. The statement and the satisfaction we get, it is probably very psychological, subconscious, very conscious, but it says something to other people that, and to the group. It is self and group and cultural pride to be able to pass $1 to a black hand. So thank you for that. My next question is one of the things that most people don't understand, and I'm going to say this and then it goes into the question. Most people don't realize that the Asian community has always been in black hair care. They were selling wigs in the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s. The problem is that, do you guys remember when Jesse Jackson did the boycott on Revlon? Yeah. Okay, who remembers? You remember? 1986, you remember? There's a key thing that happened in black hair care that we have got to own and understand. That during the curl, why did the curl make so many black millionaires? And there's one thing that we have to admit, that when you take an industry and you say that Koreans or Asians took black hair care, make sure that you understand that that never happened. You can't take an industry at the distribution level. You only take an industry at the technological level. If we wanted to get into the cell phone industry right now, we cannot get in selling flip phones. Who runs the telecommunications world? It's a company called Apple. Not AT&T, not Verizon. If Apple calls Verizon right now and say, you know, it's over, we going to T-Mobile, they ain't gonna have no conversation. So technology is what runs industry and what runs the world. So, question, and I've got a question to you, McKenna. Do you guys realize that the comb with the fist on it, the Afro comb with the fist, black people never made that comb? And every time you guys buy it, you guys send other races of people to the bank. Every time. And you guys think that that's a symbol of pride and black power. So, McKenna, with that, what does buying symbolism do to a people when they think and under the assumption that that particular product, that comb with the fist, you think that that is enriching you What do you think buying symbolism? We buy symbolism all the time, right? What in your experience, do you think that does to a culture?
First of all, they're selling your culture back to you. Do you hear that? They're selling your culture back to you. It's just like the hip hop industry. We created it, and it got popular. They didn't even want to get public enemy of what they were like one of the top, rappers out there. They didn't want to honor them for the Grammy Awards, but they were the one who made the industry for many people to open the way. And what happened when people start duplicating what we do, they take off of it. They forget who started it, and then all the money start going towards everyone else, and we lose out again and again. And so that's why it's so important to not allow people to sell your culture back to you. If you know that we are the creators of something, you make sure you go purposely to someone that originally created it. Because it happens all the time. Like, who was it that they were all, oh my God, it was something, I said, you remember they were all selling these t-shirts, and everybody started getting on it, selling these t-shirts. It was, no, it was like, I forgot, it was some movement going on.
Just basically messages.
Yeah.
With your likeness. Or
Yeah. It's like something popular happens in our community. I can't remember what particular. Yeah, like it could be like, let's say, we'll use an example, Black Panther movement. Everybody's into the Black Panther movement, and everybody getting excited. They see all the Black folks buying Black Panther t-shirts. All of a sudden now everybody's, oh man, they making money doing that. Then they start duplicating it. And then we stop checking to see what the company is, who owns it, and we just buying it. That's what they have done with the natural hair industry too. You're not even checking who owns the company. You go into Walmart, you go into all these places, and you say, oh, that look like me. Oh, it has shea butter in it. Oh, I need some shea butter. Okay, it has this olive oil. Okay, I need that. And then you don't take the chance to go in the back to see the website, to see who owns it. So you now are supporting that company, not unconsciously in most cases.
All set?
Well, we know it's false advertisement. They do it.
News, false advertisement.
Yes, they do it to us all the time. A lot of times, I think psychologically, what it does to us, it really, it put us at a great disadvantage. Especially for us not to be knowledgeable. So knowledge of self is like the first step in everything. That's so important. Now what is it? The T-shirt.
She knows now. She now knows what the T-shirt is.
What's the T-shirt? Obama. Oh, the Obama T-shirt.
Oh, the Obama T-shirt.
Oh, okay.
Ah. Oh, you had Republicans selling
Yes,
Obama
everybody. Yeah, they made it a brand, actually. Yeah, they really did. Okay, so question.
Well, just
symbolism.
basically, you were just saying that it really puts us at a disadvantage.
It puts us at a disadvantage, because we are not making the money. Of course, piggybacking off of what you said, veggybacking off of what you said. We're not making the money, and then our children are looking at us and they're asking questions. My children ask questions all the time about where did this come from, or where did you get this and this, that, and the other. And so, I have to show them different things, and they,
Yes.
Knowing who you are is very important, to our Black community as a whole. Because I know way back in the days, your father owned that whole block down there on, Market Street. And so a lot of young people don't know those type of things. And so it's important for us to really learn. And when people come to me and I have one of those little Easy Tease combs or one of the Afro picks that you share with me for some of the past meetups and stuff, people, they act, not that they don't act, but they just don't know. You know what I'm saying? So we have to truly, really educate and share the knowledge with one another. It's so important.
Yeah. So, Ms. Green, back to the media, because I believe that we have to do better with letting you know. And not just say that you don't know, but we do have to be better in, our YouTube and our media and our videos and our pamphlets and commercials and things of that nature. Black San Diego, I have to say, is a godsend. Okay? So with that being said, with getting us to know that we don't know, what we don't know, how can you just take it from symbolism and make it a reality? And what is BSD doing to help us do, to bring the media out to the forefront? So everything won't be in the shadows, just like Ms. said.
I think this is how we even started with this conversation when we talked on the phone. So the post was about a beauty supply store here in San Diego. And I used to work for Target, and I remember a time when Target had one section, it was like 2 shelves for natural hair, for hair products, and it was all perms. And now you walk in there, I was in there last night, and you see a whole section. We are now trending, it is popular everywhere you look. And the thing that Black San Diego brings is that there is, we have the natural hair, we have a beauty supply store. You can buy supplies from us. Everyone that's here in the vendor booth, they're represented in our Black San Diego. So we're giving them a platform to say, this is what's out there. You don't have to take or think that you should take something we're buying back from someone else. We have it here within us. So and that's why, going back to what you said, like, we take everything. So they take everything from us. We think of Kylie Jenner, the Kardashians. They do braids, and now all of a sudden, they're the ones that invented braids.
Well, they did. What do they do? That's a recurring thing. Bo Derek, it's like 70s virgin and the 80s virgin, and they throw back with the locks. It's a revolving door. Yes. Right. Suzanne, symbolism. You being a psychologist, give us some of just the behaviors in inner dialogue, how we can get a perspective, something imbalanced, just in our perspective, and then give us a couple of short things to remember just while we're in the beauty aisle. Because, we do, is it reading? Like you said, McKenna, is it reading the label? Does that help? Because let me just say this, you do remember African Pride, right? Who remembers African Pride? It wasn't African. It was started by a white guy named Brian Marks. He's a good friend of mine. Unfortunate. Oh, the proud lady.
What happened to her? That's how you knew it was a black product.
We fell out. And I know that's a funny thing, but it's literally what happened. It's a group of proud lady in Chicago. Just defunct, and now we're, here to fend for ourselves. And why are we having this particular conversation? But what I want to know, just the psychological edge of symbolism in a commercial product.
Well, I think it's important for us to understand that when somebody comes out or a company comes out with symbolism that touches us emotionally and they're not us, we have to recognize it as abuse and trauma. It's a form of abuse to put somebody's pain out there with empowerment symbols. It's almost mocking us. So when you're in the aisle and you see all this, RBG products and blah, 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 and all of a sudden it's out on the shelf and you've never heard of it, you've never read about them in Ebony, Essence, nothing, no announcement, but all of a sudden all these black products, I think it's important for us to pause.
Yes.
It's okay to stop and look at the product and skip it. It's okay to not buy it. It's okay to go home and then do your research. It's okay to open up a conversation in a safe space like Black San Diego and say, hey, I saw this. Did anybody do any research on it? We as a people, we have a right to ask questions and then ask questions again and ask questions again until we get answers. We have been so abused for so long that we take it in stride. But to play with people's emotions is a form of abuse and trauma, and it's not okay. And the best thing to do is keep your money in your pocket. I buy products, I try all kind of stuff with my locks, and I try everybody that creates something, I try it. It might not work, but I don't care, I try it. It's a young black woman, I say, okay, I'll try your grapeseed oil, I'll try your blah, blah, blah oil, and I put it in my hair, I don't care. My locks is a history of that. It's like 25, 30 years of playing with people's kitchen products. I don't care. So it is a form of abuse. And then you ask.
Well, one of the things that, just being a psychologist, I wanted to know that I know that in my trichology practice in New York, we used to sometimes go through a series of consultation in just some people who would have trauma with hair loss. But sometimes it is a psychological undoing as well, and not just economic, and not just emotional. But one key that you did say is that in your investigation of your particular, and not just health-wise, you want to know what the company's policy is. I mean, we go to Starbucks because we are associating what they believe in their ethics. Or we go to Apple versus Microsoft, or we use, we buy BMW versus, Mercedes. So we are always constantly associating psychological with a particular product. And so just just some inner dialogue of what we can take during the beauty aisle, and just say, and I think you said it, if I'm not sure, then maybe I can pass, okay? And Theo, chime in on that. And give us is there a reference, or if maybe we should call a hairstylist if we don't know, or get a recommendation?
Yeah, but the thing is, I can share my experience because I was called the African Pride. I hate to say Mazzani, but they sold the L'Oreal. But when I first got into the industry, before I became, an educator and picking up the books, that what drove me to do it. Because I would ask people like, okay, what I need? They'd say, girl, go get some African Pride. I say, oh, that is for us, from us, ain't it? Let me go get it. I still didn't get my result. Okay, so then when I started picking up more and more books. And so I want to share something briefly. It's a big manufacturer. I'm going to say it. No, I don't want to do that. It's a big manufacturer in the city I worked in. And they had a group of black girls. They graduated from college, gave them big money. We came and worked with them to send them out to the big spas. They came to study me to try to hire me. And what they did at this manufacturer, they used this right here, this one wrapper for the Caucasian. All they did, they changed the wrapper, put shea butter on it, and changed the fragrance. And you guys start buying it. And all they show you on TV is just the hair. You need more than shampoo to get that result. But once again, we must do our research on these products. We're just picking them up, get our information from the wrong people. Your church member and your coworker can't help you in that department. You got to help yourself. That's how I look at it. Thank you.
Right. I like the way he said it. We can't help. But self-responsibility is a part of it. But we just, and myself as an industry expert and a person who's been in for a long time, I do think that the industry does owe you to be able to give you certain tools and resources so you can have the options and the information is very important. Cherie, right before we close, last remarks, go ahead and answer that particular question. It's not enough to just have a face, an image, have some red, black, and green. How important has that been in how BSD has distinctively tried to place products, and what standard has that, what standard does BSD try to portray in that particular marketplace, in making our choices a little easier and a little more educated?
I think mainly because either we do the research for them, or we have such a large community that they do the research for us, for everyone. So it could be a matter of, like, if we're going to a restaurant, automatically they know it's black owned because we're there. We're going live, we're talking to the owner. We dig deep to figure out if it's a black owned whatever. I was at Cali Comfort on Thursday for an event. Somebody was like, ooh, is this black owned? No, this ain't black owned. Like, what's not? Just because they got some barbecue don't mean that it's black owned. And so I think a lot of times it's like, it's there, and it's just having a discussion. You can ask anything on Black San Diego, and a lot of people are going to start chiming in, which is why we're here. It's just one simple question of, hey, what do you guys think about this product? What do you think about this restaurant? Is it black owned? And like I said, we dig really deep. So I think it's just a matter of, like you said, educating ourselves and educating each other. Because if we don't, I feel like a lot of times, so I'm a real estate broker, and I know when I wanted to start my own company, a lot of people that I wanted to be my mentor wasn't willing to help me because they were like, I'm not going to show you the secrets. Like, I worked hard, so you got to do it yourself. But I feel like we don't have to be that. If we're a community, then we need to work together. And if I already have the answers, then give somebody else the answer so that way they can have the helping hand. And it's not about doing the work for them, but it's a matter of like, if I'm at the top, I want everybody to be at the top with me.
Beautiful. I was told to make one reference point to the centerpiece, which is a sculpture that's in 400 Years Without a Comb Museum, which is in Lemon Grove. That is a sculpture of how curly hair grows. Very interesting piece, is one of my favorite pieces. But in closing remarks, I did want to take one question. Any question?
When is your next panel, and how
What?
can I get on it?
When is the next panel, and how can I get on it? Good question.
Can I say something?
Yes.
Are you part of Black San Diego? All right, so stay tuned. We can work that out.
Good. Okay. There was one more question. Somebody had one question. Who had a question? Somebody raised their hand. Are you coming down? Come on, sis. You got them shorts on. All right. Here she comes. You should have been sitting closer to the front. Well, I can't wait till you get on the panels. You look like you got something to say. Oh, shit, she coming all the way down. Coming to the stage. Bantu Nut. She has a question for the young lady in the orange.
When you mentioned, I'm a big Black Panther person. Everybody knows me. I'm Wakanda forever. And when you mentioned buying products offline, I want to know if you have a specific site we should go to. Because I personally bought, and I didn't even think about that it's not being manufactured by us. So can you give me a site that I should really be looking for?
What I could share with you is like, just like Black San Diego is a resource where they, advertise different companies. I know for us, with San Diego Black, I say San Diego Black, with San Diego Natural Hair and Wellness Meetup, everything's black, right? Everything's black. Okay. We do research on products and recommend it to our members, and you could join it, at San Diego naturalhair.com. Also, I know myself, I have events where I have a lot of our vendors are African American, and I support them. We just had a big event last Saturday, and we had sisters. I mean, they were rocking it up in the event. We have 70-some women there, and I support our own and having them providing an event for them, so that way they be able to get their stuff out there and talk about health and wellness, as far as helping us to get to the next level of how we feel about ourselves. And so you just have to connect with us. I know do we have a site where it just has everything? Okay.
And one more week. Everybody, one more week. I want y'all to remember this. www.yourniche.com. We're going to have a niche market from hair care to body care, nail polish, all kinds of links. Good question. Because one of the things that I just want to let you know, because I'm a wordsmith, I like to always take it up a notch. It's fine for you to have for you, and it's fine for you to have by you, but if it ain't about you, it don't matter. Okay? If I'm not thinking about you in the lab, it don't matter. Okay? For you could be somebody like, all right, sister, you feeling that? You want to do the good foot dance? You got a question? Okay. Niche. Oh, that's right. Good. It is the French pronunciation, but it is niche. My business partner and my name together. NECHE.com. You have a comment?
I just wanted to mention there's a website that I found on Instagram. It's called We Buy Black. Yes. Have you guys been up? And it's a lot of black-owned businesses on We Buy Black. and they sell T-shirts. They sell all kinds of products and just all kinds of things. And I think one of my clients has shared that with me. So it's about us sharing with each other, you know, because somebody may come and tell you about something and, you know, you pass it on to somebody else. That's the best. Word of mouth has always been the best way.
And it's almost like, where did sister go? Yes, go ahead.
So today I was strolling on Instagram and I came across something that was perfect for today. It's a black-owned beauty supply store online. It's called Curl Bible. So it has a bunch of black products that are on there.
Curl Bible.
Curl Bible. So it just opened. It's brand new. So check it out. It's like the Amazon of black hair care.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, and one more. You gonna get that, Mike?
I just wanted to make a comment. You know, I used to be the department chair of a doctoral international business program and got wonderful, wonderful African American and people from the diaspora through to getting their doctorates in business. And we need, not that people have to get their doctorates in business, but we need more people to understand marketing, distribution, manufacturing, how it's on an international level, how it's all over the world. We need to understand that. It's not just when the product hits you in the aisle, it's everything behind it. And that's how we're easy to be fooled with brand labeling and things like that. So I just wanted to make that closing thought that education is important. We have all kind of people in the soft sciences, but we really need more and more people that understand manufacturing, distribution, and international business.
I would agree. Okay, sister, you got your question answered? Okay, on that website in Wheat, you will be able to, even if you need soap, we got a 4th generation sapanifier. He's been making soap for 4 generations. His great-grandmother, his grandmother, and then his mother, and then himself. And he's a brother. He makes soap. And he's been doing it his family's been doing it for over 4 generations. Okay, last comments. Olivia.
Hey. So let's not forget Black San Diego too. Our directory is at rourbsd.com. Our directory is listed there. You can find all your needs there. It's categorized, so don't forget about that. And then you can also ask the question on our page.
And I believe that you can find, go ahead, Sherry.
But use the search function at the top of the page. So it's Black San Diego, then search. Put braids in there, search, and you will find what you need, whatever it is. And if you look through the search and there's no search results, then go ahead and post the question.
Okay. McKenna? Last comments?
Okay, I would say my last comment is, I was just going to say that we have to continue to love ourselves, support each other, to build, I guess you could say, strategic partnerships. Because since I've been in business for the last 18 years, I literally have like 20 people, and these are all African American companies that we consistently work with each other. I mean, we help promote, market, and take care of each other and make sure all of us are making money. So you should get some type of mastermind group. Some kind of people just like me and my best friend, we've been friends for 20-some years, and we make sure each other eat. So also too, I'll just share what I said. One of the things we're doing with the San Diego Natural Hair.com, our meetup, is that I said, you know, she's been doing hair for years, and she got over 500 some clients a year, and she's at the point where she's ready to spread her wings and expand to other things, go beyond the chair. And so she wanted to help advertise other natural hairstylists and braiders here in San Diego. We have over 1,000 members. And so if you have a natural hair product, let us know so you can advertise our meetup. And we're doing it at a very small nominal fee. We're not trying to break the bank. We just want to keep the site up. Yeah, so. You want to pass that?
And I just want to make a thank you, McKenna. She always just, she says what she needs to say. But I just wanted to say that the universe is abundant. You know, that's my phrase. The universe is abundant. It's enough for everybody to make something in this industry. You know, instead of letting everybody else make it, let us make it. You know, so we just have to collaborate. But I just say, you know, let's just be creative. You know what I'm saying? Be creative, you know, with what you're doing. But we all can make something in this.
Okay. Oh, no, that's cool. No, that's cool. Once again, I want to collaborate with everybody was saying. I'd like to thank you guys for coming out, you know, because time is more than money. So I know it'll take a lot just to come out. I really tip my hat off you guys coming out. Hope you guys definitely got something out of it. And definitely when you purchase your products, definitely do the research on the product. Pick it up. Take time and look at it. You know what I'm saying? Call that manufacturer. You know right there. Number one, if it's not a money back guaranteed on it, it's already a difficult situation. You know, but once again, my name is Theo Garfield. Thank you guys for coming out.
I just want to say thank you that everybody came to hear this, and everybody go and tell 10 and 20 people to join Black San Diego, buy Black, do something, join with, pool some money, and we just stay positive and get a degree in international business. Thank you.
Well, you know my big mouth. I got the last word, which I'm very comfortable in having. Thank you guys for coming out and trying to listen to an expanded, elevated, and a different way to have a dialogue that is very, sometimes, painful when we see our people get mistreated. But when you put profit before protest, you get into action. And one of the things that I had a t-shirt to wear, but my business partner told me not to wear it. Yeah, and I had to take the nails off. It said the big chop. I did the big chop, y'all. I took them nails off. I didn't have no nails on, but I knew that t-shirt would give a good effect. Because at the end of the day, I don't get mad. I gotta, you go and you get even. And you make people respect you. You do not, because at the end of the day, the Asian community always had beauty supplies. They were always in our community. They always sold keychains, flip-flops, wigs, and curl activator. The issue is that who eats first, second, and third? And if we have to be more strategic, and I appreciate your time, and I appreciate you listening, and I want you to be able to either, if you are looking to get into the business, one of the things that we have a pioneer, of course, here, she all kicking it off to the side, Miss Joanne Cornwell, Sister Lots. So that's one of your answers, actually. Black owned, by you, for you, and about you. That's a difference. That is a difference. Right? So if anyone wants to even get in the business, the mentorship, the beauty business. In fact, I don't know if you know the history of S.B. Fuller. S.B. Fuller taught John Johnson. John Johnson taught George Johnson. George Johnson taught Joe Dudley, Willie Marlin, and the whole cycle begins. But you all must understand, if you want to know, you have to be the thing that you want to do. Okay? And I'm always open. I'm always here for y'all. Thank you for coming out. That concludes our talk.